Hey everyone, it's Ali and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite vanilla fragrance. This is the ultimate vanilla in my collection right now. Ever since I have gotten it, I have been blown away by this fragrance in particular. And I don't know why I don't see more people talking about this fragrance because it was mind-blowing to smell and play with, and oh my gosh, was it amazing. It is a scent from Xerjoff, and that is Dama Bianca, and the box looks like this. It's a big white box. The fragrance that's inside, there's a little tab here. It looks kind of like a storybook, like the packaging is huge, but it's absolutely beautiful. I really love the packaging for this particular fragrance, but the bottle in itself is also very beautiful. It has a white tassel. It has this sort of like old style, like Roman Greek type face on it as well. It's very similar to the Lyra packaging. If you guys know, Lyra gets talked about quite a lot on the platform, and for good reason. It's a stunning gourmand fragrance from the house of Xerjoff. But this one, you guys, is so slept on. I don't know why. It is so dang good. It is like a mind-blowingly sexy, smooth, sensual vanilla fragrance that I really, really do enjoy. Just to fix my camera a little bit. My camera always whites out the second I put anything like white over it, and the box was just like white out central. But we're gonna get into it, you guys. This fragrance is really, really good. Now, at initial burst, I get this really boozy note that comes through that reminds me of beer. This does have a malt note, and it smells sort of like beer in initial spray. It's very, very interesting. You have notes of lime, kumquat, Italian iris, Egyptian jasmine, lily of the valley, violet, lilac, sandalwood cedar. You have vanilla, amberette, white musk, and that malt note in the base. And that malt note is most prominent, in my opinion, on initial spray. It lasts a few seconds and then it starts dying down immediately. And as it starts dying down, you start getting this really beautiful lime citrus note that starts to pop up, but it's not overtly liming, or it's not overtly limey. It comes off sort of like this sweet sourness, almost like a lime candy, like a sweet lime candy, which is really beautiful. And I feel like it's a combination of the lime with the kumquat that's sort of evening out the sourness of the lime in this fragrance. As it starts drying down more, you start getting a bit of that Italian iris that starts to pop out, because there is an underlying powderiness to this fragrance that's extremely smooth, extremely sensual, and just so mouth-wateringly sexy. Like, the combination of all the notes in this fragrance are so beautiful that it's like mind-blowing. It's so, so sexy. It's so, so smooth. I don't own any vanillas that smell quite like this one until I got this one in my collection. And I didn't even know vanilla fragrances could smell like this, because it's just so beautiful. It's very feminine. And just, oh my gosh, like, this is such a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. But also, you start smelling the other flowers as well. You get that lily of the valley, and you get that Egyptian jasmine as well, playing into this sort of floral effect that you smell, along with the iris. The iris gives it this underlying, like, powdery touch. And it's like sweetened up also by this jasmine note and this lily of the valley. Because I definitely get a lot of white flowers when I smell this fragrance in particular. It's a white flower bomb. It's sweet. It almost has this sort of like candied effect. I love how the lime in this adds this sort of tangy playfulness, but it's not too tangy because it's immediately like toned down by all the sweeter components to it. It's also quite musky as well. And also, one thing I really did enjoy is that weird malt opening that you get where it smells like beer. I feel like, don't judge it in the first few seconds because it smells kind of like, well, like a little funky. And it dissipates like almost immediately. Give it like 5, 6, 7 seconds. And that malt note starts to go away. But there is an underlying booziness to the fragrance. that's very sensual and very beautiful. And the booziness goes really well with the lime. It's almost like a lime boozy thing going on that's sweetened by the kumquat, which is very refreshing at the same time. And those beautiful florals as well. There are some woods in this. You have that sandalwood and the vanilla, or sandalwood and vanilla, sandalwood and cedar, I mean. And they're not overtly woody in this fragrance. If anything, they're adding a bit of complexity and depth to the fragrance, giving it a more unique character. This fragrance is chock full of character. It is extremely unique. It is extremely beautiful. I've gotten tons of compliments, especially from men, when I have worn this one. I have worn it to work. I have worn it to a party. I have worn it to the grocery store. Like, I have been wearing it everywhere, and everywhere I've gone, I see people like sort of sniffing around, or like people will comment like, oh, you smell really good. And for good reason. This fragrance is ridiculously beautiful. It is in the $200 and something range, so it is quite pricey. When you're paying for a Xerjoff, it is going to be expensive because it's a niche brand and they are extremely high quality. I have a couple different Xerjoff fragrances, and this one right now is like my favorite, especially for summer, spring. I feel like honestly this could be a perfect signature scent for anybody, because it's just so beautiful. There's nothing too aggressive about it, but you do get a quite good projection with this fragrance. I want to say it gives you about 2 or so feet of projection, so maybe like arm's length away of projection. And the sillage is really, really beautiful. It's this sensual, beautiful, powdery, sweet, tangy vanilla that just sort of fills the air everywhere you go. And if that's something that you're into and you are a fan of vanilla fragrances, then do yourself a favor and check this one out. If you can sample it, sample it. If you have the money to buy it, I say buy it. This was a blind buy for me, and oh my gosh, was it such a good blind buy for me. I couldn't be happier with this fragrance. It is very well rounded. There are no sharp edges to this fragrance at all. Very well crafted, well refined. It is all about quality with this fragrance. And just beautiful. If you're into ultra feminine vanilla fragrances, then you really can't go wrong. My girls out there watching this that are looking for a perfect vanilla fragrance, this is it. Guys out there, if you know your girl is into vanilla, get her this one. I really don't think you can go wrong, and I feel like this one from the House of Xerjoff is highly slept on, and y'all need to like go out and check this one out, because I really think you won't be disappointed. I wasn't. I've never smelled a vanilla quite like this one, and I couldn't be happier that I have this one in my collection. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about this one. I'm going to keep the video sort of short this week because I have to go to work after this, and I've been working on the weekends, so that's been pretty fun. But yeah, so I will catch you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, bye.